Hello, everyone. Well, look what I have going on. I just started reading and I did part 3 and now I'm doing part 4. And it's the first time I've sat where the dogs can sit with me all day. And it's like 5 p.m., I think. And the dogs are absolutely needing some attention. So I'm going to let them all sit here. And I guarantee there's going to be a little bit of craziness in the 10 minutes of our reading today. All right, last time we left off on a part that's the part that I hate to read every year because it breaks my heart, where we learned that we knew the Sky was dead from what he had said before, but we learned that he actually got hit by a car while they were all out playing ball like they do in the street, and Jack saw it happen, which has to be even harder. All right, May 15th. I don't know. If you put it on the board and people read it, it might make them sad. So what's the teacher wanting to put? Sounds like the part that he wrote about Sky, which you could tell by the video. The last video, it made me very sad. May 17th. Okay, I guess I'll put my name on it. But I hope it doesn't make people feel too sad. And if it does, maybe you could think of something to cheer everyone up. Like maybe with some of those brownies you make. And the chocolate ones that are so good. May 21st. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That was the best news ever. I can't believe it. What do you think it is? Thinking time. Little think time. What's your prediction? All right, here it goes. Mr. Walter Dean Myers is really coming to our school? He was coming to our city anyway to see his old friend? And he would be honored to visit our clean school and meet the mostly nice kids who like his poems? We sure are lucky that his old friend lives in our town. Wow! May 28th. The bulletin board looks like it's blooming words with everybody's poems up there on all those colored sheets of paper. Yellow, blue, pink, red, green. And the bookcase looks like it's sprouting books, all of them, by Mr. Walter Dean Myers, lined up, looking back at us, waiting for Mr. Walter Dean Myers himself to come to our school, right here in our classroom. Wow. May 29th. I can't wait. I can't sleep. Are you sure you hid my poem that was inspired by Mr. Walter Dean Myers? I don't want to do anything to upset him. June 1st, Mr. Walter Dean Myers Day. I never in my whole life ever heard anybody who could talk like that Mr. Walter Dean Myers. All of my blood in my veins was bubbling and all of the thoughts in my head were buzzing, and I wanted to keep Mr. Walter Dean Myers at our school forever. June 6th. Dear Mr. Walter Dean Myers, thank you 100 million times for leaving your work and your family and your things people have to do to come and visit us in our school, in our class. We hope you like your visit. We think maybe you did because you were smiling all over the place. And when you read your poems, you had the best voice, low and deep and friendly and warm, like it was reaching out and wrapping us all up in a big squeeze. And when you laughed, oh, you had the best laugh I've ever heard in my life, like it was coming from way down deep and bubbling up and rolling and tumbling out into the air. We hope we didn't ask you too many questions, but we thank you for answering every which one of them, and especially for saying that you were flattered if someone used some of your words, and especially if they added a note that they were inspired by Mr. Walter Dean Myers. And it was nice of you to read all of your poems on the bulletin board. Read all of our poems on the bulletin board. And I hope it didn't make you too sad when you read the one about my dog Sky getting smushed in the road. And I think you liked the brownies too, right? Thank you for coming to see us, Mr. Walter Dean Myers. Inside this envelope is a poem using some of your words. I wrote it. It was inspired by you, Mr. Walter Dean Myers, from your #1 fan, Jack. And that was the end of our book. And they have, the end of the book is the poem that he wrote to Mr. Walter Dean Myers. We had already heard that. Love That Dog, inspired by Walter Dean Myers by Jack. Love that dog like a bird loves to fly. I said I love that dog like a bird loves to fly. Love to call him in the morning, love to call him, hey there, Sky. And then it goes on to have some of the poems used by Mrs. Stretchberry. And they show The Red Wheelbarrow by Mr. William Carlos Williams, Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost, The Tiger by William Blake, Dog by Valerie Worth, The Pasture by Robert Frost, Street Music by Arnold Adolph, The Apple, and remember this where you do the shape of the poem, The Apple by S.C. Rugg, and of course, Love That Boy by Walter Dean Myers. My challenge for you is to write your own Love That poem. Now I'm going to read it again so you can replay this part as many times as you want to, and maybe you will also get inspired by Mr. Walter Dean Myers. Ready? Here's the original. Love That Boy. Now you'll notice the pattern, and you can always replay the Love That Dog poem by Jack too. Love that boy like a rabbit loves to run. I said I love that boy like a rabbit loves to run. Love to call him in the morning. Love to call him, hey there, son. Now, do you catch the pattern? I'll read Jack's one more time. And again, you could replay these over and over to catch the patterns and how you could have the inspiration part. Okay, ready for Jack's? Love that dog like a bird loves to fly. I said I love that dog like a bird loves to fly. Love to call him in the morning. Love to call him, hey there, Sky. Catch the pattern? All right, your challenge. I want you to write me one of these poems and share it at our next Zoom meeting. Now, if you watch both of these, I'm posting these on Monday the 27th. If you watch part 3 and 4, you could actually have a poem ready for Zoom on the 28th. If not, don't worry about it. This would be expected for next week because you wouldn't be expected to see these videos quite yet. All right? Bye, guys.